In this session, first we will see about the proving of the identities, and that we will try to discuss about some of the exercise or some of the problems given in this exercise. Therefore, if you are starting it from the beginning, from the first one, we are asked to find out, or we are asked to prove that the sine theta to the power 4 minus cosine theta to the power 4 equals 1 minus 2 times cosine square theta. Therefore, here what we are going to do is we are going to show that this identity is true. Therefore, we have to prove it. If you consider about this proving of the identity, it is given as the first problem. It is given as sine 4 sine theta to the power 4 minus cosine theta to the power 4, and we need to show that this is equal to 1 minus 2 times cosine square theta. This is the thing that we need to show, and in the left hand side of this equation we can see that the quantity is in the way that sine theta to the power 4 minus cosine theta to the power 4. To start this calculation, what we can do is we can start it from the left hand side of this equality or the right hand side of this equality. We can use the both ways, but here if you are having about this square term, but in the left hand side it is the power of 4. Therefore, it is better to start it from the left hand side. It is because we can reduce the power, but increasing the power will be, or making 2 as 4 will be somewhat difficult for us. Therefore, I will start this calculation from the left hand side of this equation. Therefore, I will take the left hand side and I will denote it as the LHS. And now we are going to show that the sine theta to the power 4 minus cosine theta to the power 4 equals this quantity. Therefore, we will start the calculation from the left hand side of this equation and start from sine theta to the power 4 minus cosine theta to the power 4. Since we have now identified that left hand side of this equation is sine theta to the power 4 minus cosine theta to the power 4, here we what we need to do is we need to obtain it equals to 1 minus minus 2 times cos squared theta. Therefore, what I'm going to do is here we are just having this as the difference of two terms which is having power as 4. Therefore, what I am going to do is uh, instead of this power 4, I will try to convert it as the power 2. Therefore, I will have the value as sine square theta to the power 2 minus, here we are having cosine square theta to the power 2. Now we can see that this is quite similar as a squared minus b squared. Here, if we are consider this as a and this as b, then a squared minus b squared, then this can be written as a plus b times a minus b, difference of the squared terms. Using this concept, what we can do is we can say if this is a and this is b, then we can say, I write it this way, we say that this part is equal to a, and if this is equal to b, then this can be written as a plus b times a minus b. Therefore, we can obtain the value a is sine square theta a plus b, then plus cosine square theta, it is a plus b, then a minus b can be written as sine square theta minus cosine square theta. But according to the Pythagorean identity, what we know is sine square theta plus cosine square theta value gives us 1. Therefore, what we can do is we, instead of this addition, we can say it is equal to 1 times sine square theta minus cosine square theta. Therefore, if you do this multiplication, we will just get the value as sine square theta minus cosine square theta. And but in this answer, what we can see is we can see it is 1 minus 2 times cosine square theta. There is no any sine square term. Therefore, what we can do is, according to the Pythagorean identity, what we know is sine squared theta plus cosine squared theta is equal to 1. Therefore, what we can do is we can subject the quantity sine squared theta. Instead of sine squared theta, we can replace it as 1 minus cosine squared theta. We can say it as 1 minus cosine squared theta. Then subtract the quantity. Here we are having again another cosine squared theta. Therefore, what we can do is, here now we can solve it. 1 minus cosine squared theta, another minus cosine squared theta. Then this is equal to 1 minus 2 times cosine squared theta. And now you can see that this is the quantity which is in the right hand side of the equation. Therefore, we can say that this is equal to right hand side of the equation. Therefore, we can say that. Therefore, we can say that sine theta to the power 4 minus cosine theta to the power 4 is equal 1 minus 2 times cosine squared theta. Okay, now we will move for the second exercise, which is mentioned. Here it is mentioned as sec a to the power 4 minus sec a to the power 2 equals tan a to the power 4 plus tan squared. This is what we need to prove in the second equation. In the second problem we are having, we are asked to prove that uh, sec a to the power 4 minus sec squared a is equal to tan a to the power 4 plus tan squared a. Here you can see that what we need to show is, we need to show a relation between sec and tan. But according to the Pythagorean identity, what we know is, according to the Pythagorean identity, what we know is, we know that what we have considered was, if we are having sec squared theta, if you know that we are having sec squared theta, this can be written as 1 plus tan squared theta. Therefore, here simply what we are doing is, um according to the Pythagorean identity, we have discussed about this. 1 plus tan squared theta equals to sec squared theta. Therefore, what I can do is, here we can see that sec and tan is included. Therefore, in our equation is also we can see that tan is included. Therefore, you can use this calculator to have this proof. You can use either the left hand side of the equation or the right hand side of the equation. Therefore, what we can do here is, instead of sec, what we need to make is sec squared theta. Here also I will start this from the left hand side of this equation. We can see that here we are having the sec a to the power 4 minus sec squared a. And here instead of power 4, what we can do is we can say that sec squared of a to the power 2. Then this is minus sec squared a. Now what we can do is, instead of sec squared a, we can replace it as 1 plus tan squared theta. Therefore, we can say that this is equal to 1 plus tan squared a squared term minus, instead of sec squared a, again it is 1 plus tan squared a. Now we can have this as, it is quite like a plus b to the power 2. If you have this expansion, we'll get this as a squared plus 2 times ab plus b squared. Therefore, using this value, using this concept, a plus b squared, then we can take this as uh, a is 1, b is tan squared a. Therefore, using the same concept, Here we'll let a is equal to 1, and for the tan squared a, we'll take it as b. Then we can take this as here, if you are taking this as a squared, a is 1 squared, then plus 2 times a times b, 2ab, it is 1 times tan squared a, then this plus tan squared a to the power 2. This is what we are having for the first bracket. Then the second bracket has to be multiplied with minus sign, then this can be written as 1 minus tan squared a. Therefore, we can solve the quantity inside the bracket. 1 squared, it is 1, then plus 2 times tan squared a plus tan a to the power 4 minus 1 minus tan squared a. Now you can see that plus 1 and minus 1 cancel out. And here you can see that tan a to the power 4, but it is also included in our answer. Therefore, I will write it first. Therefore, we can see that this value is equal to tan a to the power 4. Then we can see that 2 times tan squared a, and here it is minus tan squared a. Therefore, once you solve this, then the remaining quantity will be just tan squared a. And now you can see that it is equal to the, this is equal to the right hand side of the equation. Therefore, we can simply say that sec a to the power 4 minus sec squared a is equal to tan a to the power 4 plus tan squared a. Therefore, this is what we are having as the proof for the second exercise. Now we will discuss the proof of the third identity which is mentioned here. It is mentioned that in the left hand side it is sine a over 1 minus cosine a equals 1 plus cosine a divided by sine a. Therefore, what we can do here is we can have this sine a divided by 1 minus cosine a. The third one, sine a divided by 1 minus cosine a, and it says that this equals to 1 plus cosine a divided by sine a. Here, this is the identity that we are asked to prove. Therefore, here also I will start from the left hand side. Uh, and if you need, you can use the right hand side as well. But there is no any hard and fast rule that you have to always start it from the left hand side. There is nothing in that way. Therefore, in the left hand side of the equation, we can have this as sine A divided by 1 minus cosine A. Here, using this left hand side, we need to prove that this is equal to 1 plus cosine A divided by sine A. But once you see about the quantity in the right hand side of the equation, in the numerator, you can see that there is a quantity called 1 plus cosine A. Instead of sine A, we can see that a quantity called 1 plus cosine A. Therefore, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to multiply the numerator and denominator both by 1 plus cosine A. It is because we know that if you are having A divided by B, then it will not make any harm that you are, once you multiply numerator and the denominator by the same quantity. Therefore, what we can have here is here we are having sine A, then divide this by 1 minus cosine A. This is the quantity we are having. And now we are going to multiply the numerator by 1 plus cosine A, since it is in the right hand side of the equation. Therefore, we have to have it in the numerator as well as the denominator. Therefore, if you perform this calculation, what we can see in the numerator, I'm not going to multiply the bracket with sign. It is because I have already created this 1 plus cosine A, which is needed to be placed on the right hand side of the equation. Therefore, I will keep sine A as it is. Then 1 plus cosine A is taken, and then I will have the multiplication of this. It is 1 minus cosine A into 1 plus cosine A. It is because I am multiplying the entire term with this 1 plus cosine A. Here what we know is if you are multiplying A minus B with A plus B, what we are getting is A squared minus B squared. If you solve this brackets, you will get it in this way. But once you see about this quantity also, you can see that the same format is there. Here it is A minus B, 1 minus cosine A, and A plus B is here. A minus B into A plus B. Therefore, using the same concept, we will do it. Therefore, if it is in the form of A minus B into A plus B, then we'll get it as A squared minus B squared. It is 1 squared minus cosine squared A. This is what we are getting. Therefore, what we can do is here we can have a quantity for making this as 1 minus cosine squared A, and in the new denominator we have to make it as sine A. Therefore, instead of this quantity, I will write this as the numerator. I will write it as it is, but the denominator, instead of 1 minus cosine squared A, I will write it as sine squared A. Then now we can cancel out one sine A with the sine squared A. Therefore, I will get the answer as 1 plus cosine A and divide it by sine A. And now you can see that this is equal to the right hand side of the equation as well. Therefore, what we can say is sine A divided by 1 plus cosine A is equal to, here it should be 1 minus, it is 1 minus cosine A, then we can take it as 1 plus cosine A divided by sine A. Therefore, this is what we are going to prove here. Okay, now we will move for the proving of the fourth identity which is mentioned here. It is given as cosine A to the power 4. The fourth one, it is cosine A to the power 4 plus sine A to the power 4 equals 1 minus 2 times cosine squared A times sine squared. This is what we need to prove. Therefore, I will take here also I will start it from the left hand side. It is because we can see that the power is 4, but in the right hand side the power is just mentioned as 2. Therefore, it would be easy for us to convert this 4 into 2 rather than converting 2 into 4. Then again, I will take the left hand side of the equation. Here we can see that the quantity is cosine A to the power 4 plus sine A to the power 4. We need to prove this. Therefore, we can have, instead of this calculation, if I brief about taking about A squared plus B squared, I will take this as well. If I need to consider this A squared as B squared, I can create this using A plus B to the power 2 minus 2 times AB. If you are solving this, again you will be able to get the quantity A squared plus B squared. Therefore, we can use this concept here. Then what I'm going to, I will just try to apply this concept. It is because here I am having the power 4. Therefore, first I will write it as the power 2. It is because in the left hand side also we are having the power as 2. It is cosine squared A to the power 2. Then we are adding this with the sine squared A to the power 2. Now we can see that it is quite as A and this is quite as B. Therefore, A squared plus B squared. If we are having A squared plus B squared, we can write it as A plus B to the power 2 minus 2 times AB. Then we can have this as cosine squared A. It is the value of A plus value of B is sine squared A. It is given as A plus B, and we need to take its squared term. Then we have to subtract 2 times AB quantity. We have to subtract 2 times AB quantity. Instead of A, now what we are having is cosine squared A. Instead of B, we are having sine squared A. Now, instead of this cosine squared A plus sine squared A, again Pythagorean identity is used here. Then instead of this quantity, we'll take it as 1. Then its squared is considered minus 2 times. We can take this as cosine squared A times sine squared A. Therefore, 1 squared, in the sense we'll get this as 1 minus 2 times cosine squared A times sine square A, which is equal to the right hand side of the equation. Therefore, but we can write it here, cosine A to the power 4 plus sine A to the power 4 is equals to 1 minus 2 times cosine squared A times, we have to consider sine squared A. This is what we have proved. Now we will discuss the fourth problem related with this proofing of the trigonometric identities. The fifth one is given as tan A plus cot A equals to sec A times cosec A. Here it is given as tan A plus cot A equals to sec A times cosec A. Therefore, here we can see that this is what they are asked us to prove. Then what we can do is here we can start it from the addition rather than start it from the multiplication. It would be easy for us. But the next thing is we can see that in the left hand side it is in the just tan with cot, but in the right hand side it is sec with cosec. Sec and cosec, this can be simply consider it by writing sine and cosines. Therefore, first I will start this from the left hand side and I will try to convert this tan and cot with the cot with the sine and cosines. Therefore, first I will write this as tan A plus cot A. Using the quotient identities, we can say that tan A is equal to sine A divided by cosine A, and cot A can be again written using the quotient identities. This is equal to cosine A divided by sine A. What I have done was tan A is equal to sine A divided by cosine A. Using this was the quotient identity, and we have written cot A is equal to reciprocal of this, then it is sine cosine A divided by sine A. Therefore, what I have to do is I have to make this as sec with cosec. Therefore, instead of addition, we can have this summation, this multiplication. Therefore, first, what I am going to do is I will try to do this with this multiplication, make this addition. Here I am having the cosine cos A, then multiplied with sine A. Then if you take in this as the common denominator, then we will get sine A times sine A, and then this is added with cosine squared A. We know that the value for sine squared A plus cosine squared A is equal to 1 based on the Pythagorean identities, and then denominator is cosine A times sine A. It is simply that we know that if we are having 1 over A times B, then this can be taken as 1 over A times 1 over B. Therefore, instead of 1 over AB, we can write it as 1 over A times 1 over B. Using that concept, I will write this as 1 over cos A times 1 over sine A. It is because we can simply convert it into the sec and cosec easily. Therefore, 1 over cosine A, it is equal to sec A, and 1 over sine A, we can write it as cosec A. And this is equal to the right hand side of the equation as well. And therefore, what we can do is, therefore, we can say that this tan A equals or tan A plus cot A is equal to sec A times cosec A. This is how we are having this proof tan A plus cot A equals to sec A times cosec A. Now we will move for the sixth one. The sixth one says that it is cosec squared A minus 1 times sine squared A equals to cosine squared A. The sixth one says that cosec squared A minus 1 times sine squared A equals to cosine squared A. This is what we have to prove. This is the identity. And here also I will take the left hand side of the equation first. Since we can see that the large part is in the left hand side and the minor part is in the right hand side. Therefore, we can simply make this large part into a small one rather than expanding this. Here we can see that we can write it as cosec squared A minus 1 times sine squared A. Cosec squared A can be written as 1 minus sine squared A, then minus 1 times sine squared A. This is what we are doing is simply we cannot think about making this cosec with cos. Therefore, first I will try to make it with the sine using the reciprocal identity. Therefore, now I need to cancel out the sine squared. Here you can see that it can be cancelled out, but apart from that, we need to take the simply this common denominator. Therefore, we will take this as sine squared a, and here we will get this as 1 minus again sine squared a, and this quantity has now multiplied with sine squared a. The quantities will be cancelled out once it is the denominator quantity is multiplied with this. Therefore, we'll get this as 1 minus sine squared a, which is equal to cosine squared a itself equal to the right hand side of the equation. Therefore, we can say that cosec squared a minus 1 times sine squared a is equal to cos squared a. So this is what we are having as the identity proof of the identity. The seventh one says that it is what we have to do is we have to prove that cosec a minus sine a times sec a minus cos a equals to sine a times cosine a. Seventh one, therefore, if you have a look on the seventh one, it is given as cosec a minus sine a times sec a minus cos a is equal to sine a times cosine a. Here also, it is better to start from the left hand side since we can simply solve the bracket. Here, what we can do is we will first take the left hand side. You can see that cosec a minus sine a multiplied with sec a minus cos a is equal to cosec a in the sense equals to using the reciprocal identity. We can take it as 1 minus sine A. Here it is minus sine A. And then we can take this with the sec A, 1 over cosine A minus, again we are having cosine. Therefore, if you take the uh, the multiplication of this, so the multiplication of the bracket, considering the common denominators, we may be able to obtain this quantity. Anyhow, we have to try for it. You see about this calculation and solving this by taking the common denominator, as I mentioned previously. For the first part, we have taken it with the sine A, then 1 minus sine squared A is taken here, then cosine is considered. It is 1 minus cosine squared A. Then 1 minus sine squared A can be written as cosine squared A, then divided by the sine A, multiplied it with 1 minus cosine squared A, it can be written as sine squared A, then divided by the cosine A. Now we can see that in the numerator, cosine squared and sine squared is there, but in the numerator we can see it. In the denominator we can see that sine A and cosine A is there. Therefore, if you cancel out the terms which we can cancel, one sine A can be cancelled out with the quantity in denominator, and one cosine A can be also cancelled out. Therefore, we can say that we will get the values as cosine A times sine A, and this equals to the right hand side of the equation. Therefore, we can say that cosec A minus sine A times sec A minus cos A equals to sine A times cosine A. Therefore, we can have this quantity for the seventh one for the proof of the trigonometric identity. Now we will move for the discussion of the 8, 9 and the 10 trigonometric identities, the proof of these. If I continue, we can take these quantities. Eighth one says that the quantity is given as it is 1 over 1 plus sine A plus 1 over 1 minus sine A equals to 2 times sec squared A. Here this is what we need to prove. Therefore, we will start it from the left hand side of the equation. I will have this as 1 over 1 plus sine A, then added with 1 over 1 minus sine A. Therefore, here we need to show it with the sec squared A. Therefore, anyhow, we need to make the quantity, the simpler quantity in the right hand side. Therefore, so since this is the only thing that we can do at this moment, I will take the common denominator and do this addition. Then I will get this as 1 plus sine A and added with 1 minus sine A. And if you do this multiplication or do this addition taking the common denominator, here we will get this as 1 minus sine A, and here we will get this as 1 plus sine A. Minus sine A with plus sine A cancel out. Then we can see that 2, 1 plus 1 is 2 in the numerator. Here it is 1 plus A, or the 1 plus sine A times 1 minus sine A, quite in the form of A plus B into A minus B. We can take the this as 1 squared. It is simply equal to 1 plus should be minus not plus. 1 minus sine squared A. Therefore, 1 minus sine square 1 is 1 squared is simply 1. Then we will get this as 2 divided by cosine squared A. Then itself equals to 2 times cosine squared A. 1 over cosine squared A can be taken as sec squared A, which is equal to the right hand side of the equation. Therefore, we can take this as 1 over 1 plus sine A plus 1 over 1 minus sine A. This is equal to 2 times sec squared A. Therefore, this is what we can consider as the addition of these two fractions. And prove the trigonometric identity as well. And now we will move for the proof of the ninth one. The ninth one says that it is 1 over sec A plus tan A equals to sec A times tan A. Here also I will start this from the left hand side. I will have the quantity, it is sec A plus tan A, then 1 divided by sec A. In the sense we can take it as 1 over cosine A, and tangent A can be taken as sine A divided by cosine. Therefore, I will, if I do the calculation here, I will get it as 1 divided by the common denominator gets this as 1 over sine A divided by cosine A. Here we can take this is equal to cosine A divided by 1 plus sine C. Here, what we need to do is we need to construct this multiplication or obtain this multiplication sec A times tan A. Therefore, we need to find a method to obtain the sec A from this and tan A from this. Here there is a slight change. This was given as not multiplication. This should be minus sec A minus tan A. Therefore, what we have obtained here is cosine A divided by 1 plus sine A. Here we cannot find out any alternative method hereafter. But what we can see here is it is sec A minus tan A. Therefore, since we can see the minus there, I will multiply this with 1 minus sine A. I will try to check whether this method works for us. Then we'll get this as cosine A. Here it is minus, simply we can take this as cosine A 1 minus sine A. For the denominator, it is 1 plus sine A into 1 minus sine. It is quite like A plus B into A minus B. Then we will take as A squared minus B squared. Then we can take this as 1 minus sine squared A. Then we can take it as cosine A times 1 minus sine A. Here we will get this as 1 minus sine squared A. In the sense it is equal to cosine squared A. Therefore, we can take this proof by here 1 cosine A with the power 2 cancel out. Then we'll get this as 1 minus sine A divided by cosine. But what we know is if you are having A minus B over C, we can separate it as A over C minus B over C. Using the same concept, I will take 1 over cosine A minus sine A over cosine A. Therefore, 1 over cosine A, it is equal to sec A. Then sine A over cosine A equals to tan A. This itself equals to right hand side of the equation. Therefore, we can take this as 1 over sec A plus tan A. Therefore, we can say that 1 over sec A plus tan A is equal to sec A minus tan A. Therefore, this is what we are. And as the third identity to prove, as the tenth identity, the last one which we need to prove in this exercise, it is 1 minus tan squared A over 1 plus tan squared A equals to cosine squared A minus sine squared. Here also I will start from the left hand side, but as soon as we see the right hand side, it is just we can see that the sine and cosines here. Therefore, I will take this as 1 minus tan squared A. I will try to write this tan squared A using the sine and cosines. Therefore, I will take it as 1 minus tan squared A is equal to sine squared A divided by cosine squared A. Instead of tan squared A, we can have it as sine squared A divided by cosine squared A. And here also we will get this as 1 plus sine squared A divided by cosine squared A. Therefore, we'll try to get the common denominators and try to solve this. If you take the common denominator in the upper part, then we'll take this as cosine squared A, then it is equal to cosine squared A minus sine squared A. Completely divide this by, again we need to take this as cosine squared A, then we'll get this as cosine squared A plus sine squared. Therefore, we can have the multiplication. Here we'll the division of division. If you are simply has this A over B divided by C over D, we can equate it as the A over B multiplied with D over C, the reciprocal of the denominator. Therefore, we'll get this as cosine squared A minus sine squared A divided by cosine squared A multiplied with cosine squared A divided by cosine squared A plus sine squared A. Then this will be cancelled out since the similar terms in the numerator and denominator. But what we need to show is cosine squared A minus sine squared A. But apart from this quantity, we can see that cosine squared A plus sine squared A is here. Therefore, we can see that this quantity is equal to 1 according to the Pythagorean identity. Then we'll get this as cosine squared A minus sine squared A, which itself equals to the right hand side of this equation or this identity. Therefore, simply we can say that 1 minus tan squared A over 1 plus tan squared A is equal to cosine squared A minus sine squared A. Therefore, this is what we are having as the trigonometric identity which we need to prove. And apart from this, we can have the proofs for the sine 3a and the cosine 3a as well. Here, the next one I will take as the proof of sine 3a, and according to this equation, we can have the sine 3a equals to 3 times sine A minus 4 times sine A cube. Therefore, this is what we need to prove. Therefore, we can try for this proof as we can try for cosine 3A minus equals to 4 times cosine A cube minus 3 times cosine. Therefore, these are another proof that we can have the using the proof of trigonometric identity. And as a hint, I will say that we can use the compound angle formula. We can use the compound angle formula to have as the proof of these two uh, trigonometric identities. And this is all what I need to discuss for this session. And thank you all for your participation.